Read the name.
No, because you're going to start on it.
Yeah, of course I am.
He's a fucking creep as well. Matthias Schoenartz.
Thank you very much for joining us for an episode of Film Club. I'm one your host, Andy Harrison. To my right, as always, it's the well-pronounced Andy Donaldson.
That was not bad.
That was pretty good, actually. I was impressed. Every single week in Film Club, we invite you along to watch a film with us. We dive into some cinema's best by coming back here to talk it out. Andy, we took a recommendation this week.
We did.
From Halanda Chiquita. What have we been watching?
The Drop.
The Drop.
With Tom Hardy. And here we are.
Give us the rundown. What's The Drop all about?
Tom Hardy and James Gandolfini.
Any narrative to that, or is it just those two hanging out for an hour and a half?
Nah, I'm just making sure I got the pronunciation of James Gandolfini. It's about a bar that's actually a drop-off. We know about drop-offs because we played Fallout 4. Fallout 4, when you actually do the railway, you do drop-offs and stuff like that.
Railroad.
A drop-off. Railroad. Yeah, good point. That's how much I played Fallout 4, which is actually a lot.
And these are very different types of drops, just to put that out.
Yeah, it's money. So this is, it's money. So the drop-off money, and it's a way of like, it's money laundering, essentially. And then using a third-party business, which is actually owned by them, the mafia guys, to get the money forward. And it's about the previous owner of that bar and his cousin, who's basically the bar manager. It's about their lifestyles. The bar manager, Tom Hardy, finds a dog being beaten. He's just like, oh, I want to take care of this dog. Finds a girl. He's like, oh, I want to kind of take care of this girl. I don't know. He looks after her. He cares about her. And then it's about the that girl's ex-boyfriend, who's just a fucking creep. Who's that guy I just said there?
What's his name?
Matthias Schoenartz.
I'm looking forward to like this entire episode and seeing how the pronunciation changed as we go.
Matthias Schoenartz. Anyway, and it culminates with Tom Hardy being that fucking guy and going, boom, motherfucking dead.
What was that?
Bam.
What is that?
To pistol. Point blank, then air, dead.
If anybody can translate that, please let us know in the comments. Andy's very tired this week.
Yeah, I was up till daft watching this.
So
It kept me up. It kept me up in a good way. It was really engrossing. It was, but in a way, it's kind of a slow, methodical film like this. I'm just going to go straight into it. Slow, methodical film. It goes throughout, and you kind of like a bit like when we're watching the other weeks. You don't really when we're watching Denis Villeneuve, however pronounced, of course. We don't really know the methodology, and like we don't know not the methodology. We don't know what's going on, especially in Tom Hardy's head. We don't know who's doing this, who's there, who's pulling the strings and stuff like that. Whether there are strings that are being pulled, or whether it's just like he's got a bit of backstory that we don't know about. Because there's some camera shots that are really like, for example, when you go down the basement in the first place, and it kind of delves in the basement, don't get out of there, sort of thing. And it kind of you don't really know what to expect, but at the same time, you have this rather endearing character, which is Tom Hardy's character, Bob. And he's just general, what's the word? He's almost simple.
yeah, it's kind of suggested throughout the entire film that he's not very intelligent.
I wouldn't say that it was not intelligent. Yeah, it's not intelligence, I don't think it is. It's just the case of he has low aspirations. He's happy just to get on in life. And maybe that when at the end, he's at that monologue where it's like you're by yourself. Maybe it's to do with that. Maybe it's just to succumb to the fact that he has to have this lifestyle and he's not going to aspire to be any higher. So it could be that he has little intelligence. It could well be due to his past, and he's.
I think that's why they had those moments where like she takes him out of him, and he's confused by it for a second, and he's like, "Oh, why are you messing with me?"
Or like when she gets upset when he's just asking a question.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think he's intelligent enough, but I think he just lacks the social ability.
So the thing that actually, as you've been going through like everything, like what engrossed you about the film there, it all comes back to one particular point. It's Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Because I think Tom Hardy is far and away the strongest part of this film.
absolutely.
And he, for the most part, carries the film, I think. Because the film, it was funny coming off of like, last week we did Breathless.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about French New Wave and how they were innovating and whatnot.
Yeah.
It was funny to go to this film and see a totally well-constructed, but kind of basic film in some ways.
Yeah.
Which isn't entirely fair to the film because there's some stuff in there which is great. Like, it looks wonderful. And, like, Tom Hardy is fantastic, but he is far and away the thing which stands out. I think it feels like Tom Hardy's up here. The rest of the film isn't, like, miles down here. It's just a little bit below. But what he brings to it is amazing. And it's great seeing Tom Hardy approach, like, a slightly different role than normal.
Yeah,
he's not just the hard guy.
Yeah, I've been thinking since I watched it last night. There's a subdued Tom Hardy. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Subdued Tom Hardy.
It's Tom Hardy with all the edges shaved off, but then the underlying feeling that because it's still Tom Hardy, there's something
and you
there.
see there's like that point where he's like, "Oh, you owe me 10 grand for that dog, otherwise I'm going to beat up." You see that Tom Hardy face where he's pissed off, where it's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking knock you out."
And they do a great little touch in the audio design where it's bringing a bit of a beat, there's that deep heartbeat that's going on.
Yeah.
Sure, he's getting wound up and he's thinking about something.
Yeah,
it's great.
Very well played. His chemistry as well, like even though this is a Tom Hardy kind of led film, the chemistry between him and James Gandolfini, and also him and Noomi Rapace.
Yep.
It's really well done. It's really, really well done. Speaking of which, James Gandolfini, this was his last screen performance.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think I'm pretty sure.
Let him just Google that for you.
He had quite a bit of depth behind him, especially when it started delving into the fact that his dad on life support and stuff like that. Does he have these ulterior motives?
Yeah.
Where are his intentions? Why is he doing that against his cousin?
I love that. I agree, because in that first scene where you see him at the bar and he flips out over the old woman, and has a go at Tom Hardy there, I was like, oh, you're just gonna be like
just the dick
kind
of the film.
like this layer, like not head of the crime, not mafia. What's one for? Syndicate.
Yeah.
The whatever crime's going on in the town. Are you gonna be the head of this gang, or like are you gonna be one of the heads of the gang, sort of thing? And you're just gonna be that generic guy. But he wasn't, and then he twists around to being like kind of a nice guy. But then we started seeing like it lovely, really kind of like props them for revealing only about a third of the way through the film that he was involved with the initial robbery.
Yeah,
because that's the sort of thing most people would save until the very back end of a film.
It's really good. How you imagine this? This is a weird analogy, so bear with me.
Okay.
How you imagine this with in terms of film? You imagine you got like a big loaf of bread, yeah,
right.
And you got loads of ducks on pond, like say you downgrade it and
ducks are on pond,
and you start feeding them little bits, and they're coming to you, and they're all around like this, and they're really interested. But now you're gonna let this pan out, gonna feed them a little bit by bit, and that's how it is throughout the film. It feeds you little bits of information about what exactly is going on, the intentions behind him. Intentions.
So are we the
him,
ducks?
him. We're the ducks, mate.
Is the film the bread?
The film's the bread.
And who's the person giving us the film?
The director, the who writers.
I like it. You kept that analogy going.
Yeah, that's true though, isn't it? It's just that's how I imagine, like little bits at the right time. Well cast, by the way, because it's Tom Hardy. You think there is something behind him, which turns out to be the truth. And it's all these kind of like things where he's going. You see parts with Noomi Rapace's character. What's she called again? Character.
Oh God, it's
Nadia.
Nadia.
Yeah, Nadia. So you see little parts where she's not giving you the full truth, with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
The ex-boyfriend, you don't know what the fuck's going on in his head. It just turns out he's a complete nutcase.
Yeah, I felt like he was a little bit of kind of squandered potential because he was so interesting at first because he kept popping up wherever Tom Hardy was.
Yeah.
It seemed like he had something really intense going on with like manipulating Tom Hardy for some reason to do with the dog. And it kind of came out that he just didn't.
Yeah. He was just a fucking nutcase, which he's a cheap guy. The other just a little niggle on about like cheap stuff. Just the idea of a Russian mafia. It's like tried and tested, and yes, it's done, but there may be something a bit different. It'd be cool, but it is what it is.
They weren't Russian. They were. What do they say?
Chechnev, what's it called? I can't even fucking pronounce it. Chechnev, wherever it is.
Shouldn't have brought it up. That got racist fast.
No, I mean, fuck off. Yeah, it's like that, and it's like the guy when he's got the spike through his foot to scare him. I was just like,
yeah,
that's been done before.
Yeah, those characters felt kind of cliche in some way, and
cliche.
they were only there.
Shishin.
They were only there to fulfill an archetypal role.
Yeah,
they were only there to be the scary mafia guys who you owe money to and were going to be a threat. They were there as like an operational role, not like anything else. But the stuff this film did do really impressively, I thought, is right at the end. How difficult is it to pull off a convincing romance where a guy's a murderer, has murdered in the past, is open about that, and suddenly murders and kind of admits to it and murders in front of the girl who gets freaked out, but then they get back together in the end, and to have that whole thing be
by the
convincing.
way, what a fantastic ending where he's looking out behind the yard and you're thinking, is she going to leave him? Is he going to cut off here whether or not she comes back? But you just hear that audio cue, the steps coming forward. Well played. Well fucking played.
Okay.
That was lovely.
question for you. Do you think some people think they'll think the filmmaker made that in that way to suggest to audiences that don't want to believe in that relationship that that's somebody stepping up like out of frame to shoot him?
I wouldn't say so, but you could argue it could be, but I wouldn't say so.
Because it was unusual tension, wasn't it?
I thought it was the tension of her not coming back. That's what I thought. I couldn't see that anyone coming behind and shooting him.
It was just odd that you didn't get that from her. Like the moment where he says like, what is he says? You didn't tell me not to come back or not to stay away.
Yeah.
He says, you didn't tell me not to stay away. And she reacts. You see it in her face. She reacts in a very positive way. It's very genuine. Like, I'm just going to go get my coat. So at no point did I think, are you actually going to come back? Until the camera and the editing started suggesting that to me. Just odd.
You're odd.
But I think that's what I mean by this film is that there's loads of stuff in there, but none of it quite ties together in an immensely satisfying way. I think the entire film ties together in a satisfying way, but not in something grander than that. But the film never tries to be grander than that.
No, because it's really low key. It's straight to the point. It's just like, this is what it's going to be, and we've done this, and I think they've done it really well. Director, fucking hell, here's a pronunciation for you. Michael Roskam. Actually, that was a lot easier than I thought.
Isn't it Michaël?
Whatever.
Michaël Roskam.
Michaël, probably, because it's got the 2 dots above the E there.
Umlauts.
Michaël Roskam. So yeah, he's
we haven't had one of those for a while.
No, we haven't, have we? Michaël Roskam, who has done some of the stuff that I've never heard of before.
He's only done one of the film, hasn't he? Called Bull something. He's
done Bullhead. Before this, he did Bullhead. He's got Racer and the Jailbird, and then the Tiger, which is apparently upcoming. I liked him. I like that kind of style that he has. Where's it set in, by the way? Because I could not take Tom Hardy's accent.
No, I couldn't. I got
everyone else. I thought it was New York, like just one of the suburbs of New York. But I could not, for the life of me, place him because he's always did it like this. Whether like, I'm not saying anything against Tom Hardy's accent. We all know you can do an American accent. What I couldn't do is just the mumbles kind of took away that dialect, that little niche.
It didn't feel like New York because I agree. Some of the accents were like that. Maybe like Michigan.
I don't know. But I quite like that.
Philadelphia.
I fucking don't know accents.
I'm just going to keep naming cities
California
in America.
and New York, and that's it. And Canadian, which is nothing like the American accent at all. What do you think about the actual twist then, that he did do that? Again, he's so nonchalant about what he did in terms of the steam with the hand. He's like, you've done this before. Of course he's done it before. You fucking wrapped it up, threw it away and all this. It's just like second nature to him.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that the film doesn't really try to hide it as this big like bomb, bomb, bomb twist. It handles it in the exact way it should, which is quite a subdued twist, if that makes sense.
Again, with a subdued Tom Hardy.
It is. The whole film's a little bit just kind of casual, isn't it?
Yeah. But in a very good way.
In a good way. So yeah, I think it's fine. What do you think? Were you blown away by it?
I really enjoyed it more, like just because of like the nonchalance behind it all. Do you know what it reminded me of?
Go on.
It reminded me of little parts of it here and there, and just that kind of casualness behind it, that like calmness, but at the same time, like it got like quite intense when it wanted to. Very only certain parts. Drive, of course.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a bad shout actually. I can see Drive, but the thing it was Drive's
heavily different in many
Drive
ways.
Got intense when it needed to.
Yeah, this is a lot less intense.
Drive played with more striking visual styles and striking audio.
I reckon a potentially better romance, just in terms of like how it associates it with music and stuff like that. Another story, another film. We will not be doing that next week. I do apologise.
Could we argue this is Drive, but we've replaced the kid with a dog?
Potentially.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rank the dog.
I like the dog.
Yeah, dog's
Pitbull.
cool.
Tiger. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know why they fuck. Oh, interestingly, whilst we're on the subject of dogs, I went to see a puppy at the weekend. A nice cockapoo called Alfie. And he's like all orangey ginger, and he's just like coming up and he's like, oh, I'll send you a picture so you can put it down there because I like pictures of dogs.
Is it going to be a random cockapoo? Or are you going to send me a picture of Alfie?
No, it's our mate Devs. He's got a picture. He's got Alfie, he's called.
This is Alfie.
Yeah, it's Alfie doggy there. He's class. Interesting.
Rank Alfie alongside Rocco.
Oh, I can't do that. Don't do it that way. What's his? Rocco's fictional.
Rocco's Modern Life. You watch that when you're a kid.
Anyway,
The cartoon about the weird little
it scared me.
kangaroo thing. Bizarre.
Scared me.
So anyway, there is the drop.
I liked
You can
it.
let us know
Well
in the
played.
comments below what you thought of the drop, or you can hit us up on Twitter as well. Andy, we're back once again next week, where we're going to follow the Tom Hardy trend.
Yeah, because I feel, because this is such a subdued performance by him, and I keep using that word because it's hard to see Tom Hardy in any other role like this. All his roles have been more intense, more striking, exceptionally charismatic and stuff like that. So we're going to go on the other end of the scale, which is Bronson. I personally really like this film, so I can't wait. Have you seen it before?
Yeah, I have.
Cool. Excellent. Well, yeah, we're going to see Bronson next week, and you can see the other side of Tom Hardy and just kind of like a little, see what he's like either side. Also, here's a picture of Alfie again. So, yeah. Thank you.
Down he goes. You can let us know. No, I've done that bit. Andy, play us out.
Alfie.